my. Okay, I don't even know what's in here. The next one is my copy. Wow. Hello everybody, my name is Kelsey and we're about to get very, very nerdy with an unhaul. Very large one actually. So here, you can't even see it, but like there's a giant box at the bottom of the stack, and there's even some on the floor over there that didn't make it into the stack. But I thought I'd just kind of go through what is currently in my unhaul pile, because we're literally about to like leave in like an hour to go to a bargain bookstore where we usually sell things back. So I thought I'd just kind of go through what's in this box. I've been accumulating this for a couple of months. I honestly don't even know what's in here. So I'm going to take them at random, and I'm going to move this stack because we're going to have a disaster if I don't. It's been a little bit of time since I did my last unhaul video. I want to say it was last fall, but maybe it was before then or something like that. But it's been a little bit of time since I did a haul last, and I've done at least 2, if not more, since that video. But since I usually do monthly hauls, I thought it was about time, since I'm getting rid of these today, to just go through what we've got here. So this isn't everything. I'm sure we're going to add some on the way out the door, just like finding things right before we leave. But this is what we've got right now. So let's dive in. These either fall into 2 categories, which are, well, 3. They're something my husband's getting rid of, there's something that I've read and really don't like, so I'm getting rid of, or there's something that I haven't even touched yet and I just am not interested in it anymore. And that's going to be the biggest category. So the first few are going to be those. We have All the Stars and Teeth, and this is by Adeline Grace. This is an Owl Crate book, which is actually quite pretty, but I've had this for a couple of years and I'm really bad about reading books that come in subscription boxes, and this one just, I don't know, it's not drawing my attention at the moment. I've heard some things about it, like not necessarily bad things. I've just heard a couple of reviews and I'm not sure I'm going to like it. I do like mermaid stories, but I'm steering, I don't know, like certain YA books I'm iffy with. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one because I haven't once like looked at it or picked it up as a possibility to read. So we're going to get rid of that one. And then I have this one that's called Literally, and it's by Lucy Keating, I think. This is one I got from a very, very large book warehouse a few years ago, and it's relatively younger YA, and that is not jiving with me at the moment. So, I mean, it looks cute, but am I going to actually realistically read it? Probably not. Same thing with Royals by Rachel Hawkins. This actually has a new name, and I can't remember what it is. Prince Charming, maybe? I'm not saying no to never reading this book, but like I've had it for literal years. This moved twice with me, and I still haven't read it. So we're gonna move on. I don't know. It's that YA romance is just not sticking with me. I'm also gonna get rid of my 2 Carry On books by Rainbow Brow. We've got Carry On and then Wayward Son. The 3rd one came out this year, and I had iffy feelings about both of these to begin with, so I feel absolutely no desire to pick it up. So we're gonna say goodbye to those. They've been downstairs for quite a while. Honestly, forgot that I owned them until I saw them the other day, so we're gonna get rid of those. And I have the Black Coats here, which is by Colleen Oakes, and this is still interesting to me, but it is more YA. I think I picked it up once and started reading like the first chapter and then never picked it up again. So it's like YA revenge, basically, and I don't really know what drew me to it. It seems like it'd be a good book, but I'm not gonna make time for it, so let's just get rid of it. This one also, same thing. It's called The Forgotten Book, and it's still by this person that I could never pronounce. It looks really cute, but it's, again, more YA, which I have no issues with YA. I'm just at that time where, like, YA romances and I don't click as well, and I don't know, I've never wanted to pick this up, so we're gonna get rid of that one. And then we're also, this one kind of hurts me, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna get rid of my copy of Dear Evan Hansen because I adore this musical. I love the music. I'd love to see it on stage one day. This is a novel adaptation of it, and while that's super cool, I've never once wanted to pick it up. So I'm gonna say goodbye because while I love this musical, I'm happy leaving it as a musical and not reading the book adaptation. This is an exclusive edition though. I think it's signed. At least it looks like it's signed by everyone who wrote it. So like I'm sure it's great. And again, I love the musical, but I think I'm going to get rid of the book adaptation. And then I'm also going to get rid of Crown of Feathers, which is another, I think this was also an Owl Crate book. This one does still somewhat interest me, but not enough to hold on to. I need space on my shelves, and this is taking up space. And again, I came out, like, I got this in, what was it? I got this in February 2019. And not once have I picked it up or even thought about picking it up. So we're going to give this beautiful edition to somebody else. And then I am going to get rid of, this one kind of hurts, I'm not going to lie, my 2 books here by Lori Vieira Rigler. So we've got Confessions of a Jane Austen Addict and Rude Awakenings of a Jane Austen Addict. I went through a phase right near the beginning of college where anything that had to do with Jane Austen, I bought. Like, I had at one point this book where Mr. Darcy was a vampire, and I never read it, but it was like 10 cents at a Goodwill, so I said, yes, please, come home with me. And that's where these 2 came from, and I did put this one, I think, on a TBR at one point, but at no point during that month did I feel like I needed to pick it up, and they're just kind of taking up space, and I have so many other great adaptions or retellings or just things that are inspired by Jane Austen. So I think these have been on the shelves since college, so 5 years, something like that. It's been a while, so they're gonna go. Moving on to the actual box. Ooh, the few that just fell off are actually ones that I've read. So I'm gonna get rid of my copy of 7 Days. This is a manga that is a one and done manga that I did semi-enjoy, but it was just not for me. I'm never gonna reread it. I'm happy having read it once, and we're going to move on. So we're going to give that to somebody else who will enjoy it. I'm also going to get rid of my copy of The Au Pair. I started this. It was on my list of books to read last year. I started it and then felt no desire to pick it back up since then, and I don't know. It doesn't speak to me. So I gave it a chance, but I didn't read it last year, and it was on that list, so we're going to... The next one is very similar to that, and that is The Love Interest by Cale Dietrich, I think. This has been on about 3 different TBRs for the year for just like different things. This was on last year's TBR to read for 2021. Didn't get around to it. So I'm gonna move on. I put it on enough TBRs that I should have gotten to it by now, and I haven't, which is telling me I'm not going to. So we're gonna give that to somebody else who appreciates it. I'm also going to get rid of The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. I bought this for my secret TBR of sorts that I did at the beginning of last year, where I read people's 2021 favorites. Started the prologue, was way too grossed out and couldn't get, I couldn't do it. So that one's gonna go. The next one is After Love, and this is by Tanya Byrne, and this is an extra book that we got in a Fairy Loot a couple of months ago, and it's about ghosts and the afterlife and stuff, and I have to be in the right mood for it, and I'm not sure I will ever get into the right mood, and it's really pretty, so I'm hoping that somebody else will enjoy this a lot more. I'd rather give it away to someone else than have it on my shelves for 10,000 years and then not read it. So we're going to give that to somebody else. The next one is The Sister Queens, which is a historical romance. No, it's a historical fiction about the Queen of France and the Queen of England, and I think they're sisters. I don't remember how historically accurate this is, but I've had this, again, when I was in college. Well, right after college, I went through this phase where I bought anything that had to do with Regency or Tudor England, preferably Tudor England, and this was kind of in that vein, and so I picked it up without even reading what it was about, and it's been on my shelves for 10 years. Is that right? No. 5 years, something like that. It's been a few years, and again, never drifted towards it. So we're gonna give that to somebody else. The next few are because I have copies of them, so I'm gonna get rid of my paperback of The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, because I got a fancy special sprayed edged beautiful edition of it. So I'm gonna give my paperback to someone else who can appreciate it. Same thing with Murder on the Orient Express. I got a little bit bigger paperback that matches all of the others and that I've got by Agatha Christie, so I'm going to get rid of my little paperback there, mass market paperback, And same thing with this copy of Gentle Rogue. I got a beautiful edition, which is actually right here, that matches everything else. So I'm gonna get rid of this 80s cover, which is beautiful in its own right, but someone wrote all over it, which drives me crazy. So it's gonna go back to the same place I bought from. So that's fun. I'm gonna also get rid of this one, which is No Dark Place by Joan Wolfe. This is, I've had since high school, I wanna say. I picked it up in one of those little free libraries that used to be around my hometown, and it sounded interesting. It was like a mystery that takes place in some kind of Norman England, it says. No, that's the guy's name. No, that's right. It takes place in some sort of like historical setting, and it seems like a mystery, and it looked like it might be fun, but again, have never ever thought about picking it up. I've almost unhauled this like 3 separate times, so we're actually going to do it this time. And then I'm also going to get rid of my entire series of Skin Bones by Alice Broadway, which is Ink, Spark, and Scar. I read Ink. This is also one of a series that was in that video I did of the series I'm DNFing, because I read Ink, pretty much enjoyed it, it was pretty good. I started Spark, I think is the next one, and had zero desire to pick it up. So I decided just to save myself, read some other things that I would enjoy, and just get rid of the entire series. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I also am going to get rid of this book, which is In the Ravenous Dark. This was a book that I got in a subscription box, which was, oh no, I can see the box. It was my very first, it was like the debut box of this box. Oh, here it is, Abraxas. It was the Abraxas box. And it just, I don't know, nothing about this book synopsis-wise intrigued me, so I've decided to part ways with it. It's going to go to a more loving home. They're also going to get, whenever I get rid of subscription boxes, they always get the like fun extra bits. So as long as the booksellers don't get rid of them, they can have fun extra bits. And then the rest in this box is my Outlander series. So I have, oh my goodness, I have the 7 books, I'm just throwing them everywhere, in the Outlander series right here, and these very, very large editions. I think I'm going to hold on to the first one though, the actual Outlander book, because I did really enjoy the first one. I think it ends in a way that you could, like, you could be content with, and you don't need anything else from the series, but I talked about this in my series that I'm DNFing video, so I won't go into too much detail, but like they're just, it's too much time commitment. And I read the second one last year sometime, and about halfway through I wanted to be done, and I wasn't done yet. So they're just kind of, they're hard to get through for me. So, and they just keep getting bigger. Like each book, I swear, adds at least 100 pages or so. So we're gonna get rid of these. They served me well when I was collecting them, because I was sure I was gonna love this series, and I did love the first one. It's just a time commitment thing. We're gonna get rid of that one as well. I think that's it for now. I'm sure there's a few in here and downstairs in our like the books that like we don't have to have around us, but we still want to keep track of. That'll probably come with us as well. But that's a quick, speedy look at some of the books we're getting rid of. No, I still think I want to keep, I don't know. I want to DNF that series. I mean, I did DNF that series. Oh, fine. Okay. I'll get rid of this one too. It's Darker Shade of Magic. It was also in that video I DNF'd. Well, this and the other two in the series, which are downstairs. So I'll get rid of those, I guess, as well. I'm sure there are more that we will continue adding. Like Chris just plopped down a whole pile of nonfiction that we're going to get rid of. So it's going to be fun. We're going to get rid of a lot. Make up some space. It'll be great. These are very like cathartic for me. And I love these types of things because I'm constantly unhauling. I know I say that all the time, but seriously, I'm constantly unhauling. If I get new books, I make room by getting rid of other books. So there are ways that I'm going to get, there's lots of things we can still get rid of. But I think that's going to be it for now. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this unhaul. As like I said, it's pretty cathartic for me, so I hope that you guys enjoyed. Feel free to leave a comment down below of something that you unhauled recently, if you are a person who unhauls. And if you don't know what to comment, but you want to comment something, comment, oh, I don't know. Comment waves, because this has waves on it. There we go. Comet waves. I don't know why I did that. But if you like this video, and I very much hope that you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you'd like to be part of this awesome growing family. I've also got all my social media down there, as well as other fun bookish links, so don't forget to check all of that out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!